I can't believe it. It is October the 30th, one day away from Halloween. Now, tomorrow night, when Diamond Mitch does his presentation, I'm going to give you the code, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I want everybody in full costume, if you could, and those that do show up in full costume, we'll figure out a nice little reward for you. So, hey, my name is Chuck Hansen. I'll be your host for the next 30 minutes. I've got a great bunch of information to deliver to you and some new things that I want to show you. But like I always say, congratulations. If you're just brand new to network marketing, just found network marketing, then congratulations. It's one of those things that changed my life 31 years ago. If you've been in the network marketing industry and you haven't done too well, all I can say is that's too bad. You picked the wrong company, and more than likely it was bad timing and a lot of other factors that could have gotten away. And if you're a pro, looking for a home to hit that one last home run, then by all means pay very, very close attention, because I'm going to give you some facts and figures and numbers that are blowing people away. So making big money in this industry is very, very easy. All you got to do is find the right company. It's kind of like a needle in a haystack, right? And you have to know the signs of what a company that is destined to be a giant looks like. If you don't know what the signs look like, everybody falls for, well, I'll just get in the beginning, duh, and that usually doesn't work. Valentis has grown more than 900%. I need to change that. I'll show you a slide, but it's off the chart. But it doesn't matter what we've done in the past. It's what we're going to do in the future. And that's what's important to you, because the next 3 to 5 years are going to be awesome. They're going to be completely off the chart. I'm going to explain how you can earn a 5, 6, 7-figure annual income if that's of some importance to you. Now, if it's not important to you, you're probably on the wrong webinar, right? So I always say that there's no coincidences, right? You didn't get here by accident. You got in front of this video, in front of this message, because it was destined, right? You were destined to hear this information. And hopefully somebody that cared enough about you was the one that gave you this information and say, hey, watch this crazy guy. You got to hear about this company. It's awesome, right? So, folks, dreams do come true. And you're going to see a lot of dreams that are going to come true in Valentis and, around the people. So I want to give you something to think about before we get started. So I guess the first question is that, are you sick and tired? Now, you can put the ... Are you sick and tired of where you live? Are you sick and tired of the car you drive? Are you sick and tired of not ever going on a vacation? Are you sick and tired of not having enough money, enough free time to spend with your family, do what you want? Are you sick and tired enough in order to pay attention to something that can change your life? Everything that I'm about to go through in this presentation is possible, but more importantly, it's possible for you. The incomes are real, the people are real. Everyone here at Valentis is here to help you achieve your goals. And, that's what network marketing is all about. It's a win-win-win situation. The more people I get to help, the more people they get to help, and the more everybody makes as a result of helping other people. So that's what I love about this industry. That's what really attracted me to the industry 31 years ago. If you've ever wanted to win, and I mean win big, then now is the time, and Valentis is the company. So I'm going to show you how you can discover a way you can make money even while you're sleeping, so you can have organizations around the world, so you won't have to work until you'll die like so many people. So, it's all up to you. I mean, it's all up to you. That's why I kind of enhanced that you, right? It's your decision. Once you decide that you want things to change in your life, nothing or no one will keep you from reaching your goal. You're like that, bull with the blinders on, right? Going in one path, in one direction. The rest of it is simple, but at first has got to start with you. You've got to make the decision. Everything else is easy. It's all possible. You know, it's just a matter of you making the decision and the commitment to put forth the effort to get things done. Now, this is not some pie in the sky, get rich quick. You know, I say get rich quicker, you know, and certainly if you don't have a plan to get rich, then you certainly need to pay attention to what I'm talking about. That's myself before I lost 30 pounds and actually 40 pounds now. And my dog Rocky, who is my 4-year-old Doberman Pinscher. So I say always, thanks for being here. I've been 16 years in my own advertising agency. I had a big agency, had a lot of employees, had huge clients, you know, Fortune 50 clients. And then I got drug off to a network marketing meeting. I'm now 31 years in network marketing. I never thought that I'd ever be in network marketing. A good friend of mine, one of my clients, actually threw me in his Jaguar and he says, hey, we're going to go to Memphis and we're going to have barbecue and we're going to spend some time down on Beale Street and we're going to have a good time. And I said, let's go. And well, we never got there. He took me to a network marketing meeting. But you know what? It was the best thing in my life because what I saw in that meeting was a lot of people that didn't look particularly smart that were making more money monthly than I was making annually. So being the astute business person that I am, I paid very close attention, right? I paid very, very close attention. And by the end of the night, I was sold. I mean, I said, you know what? If these guys can do it, I can certainly figure it out. I'm not the, you know, the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I can figure this out and I can do this. So over the course of the last 31 years, I built teams of over 400,000 in lots of countries. I've done tens of thousands of meetings just like this. Now I get the opportunity to do it on technology, with technology, but it's not as much fun as going over and doing what John Herenza is doing right now over in Europe and all the places that he's at. I was semi-retired. I was just consulting for a couple of companies in 2018, but then because of that, I was flying all the time. I was eating all the time. My meetings were around meals all the time. And I kept expanding. My clothes kept shrinking. I kept expanding. And something had to give. It either was a new wardrobe or it was, get on with losing some weight. So let's do this. What I want to do, I'm going to tell you more about my story here in a second. But I asked John Herenza a month or so ago. He and I did a little video work, and I want you to hear from John. John is the number one income earner in the company. He's a 30-year veteran in the industry, and he's just a tremendous guy, an author. One of these days, I'll be an author. John is over in Europe right now doing a tour of Europe. So if you have anybody in Europe, make sure that you get back to it with me and we'll make sure you get that schedule. So like I said, John, I asked him to talk about money and I asked him to talk about timing. I think two of the most important critical items, as well as some of the components of Valentis. So let me introduce you to John.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. And, with your history and success you've had in the industry, Chuck, let me just say it's just an honor to be working with you. You're a legend in this industry and just, have done amazing things, and just so excited to have you here, with us here at Valentis. Folks, I'll give you a little history on myself. I've been now 30 years now in this industry. I grew up in a small town in Minnesota, actually still have a lake home there, very near where I grew up. I had no sales background. I was a blue-collar worker. I was a welder, building, maintaining equipment. I have a learning disability, I have dyslexia. And so I came to the industry, with no self-esteem, no self-confidence, very, very shy and introverted. My first experience was NSA water filters, and just an amazing experience. It was 4 years there, learned the fundamentals, fell in love with network marketing, learned how important timing was, how important a consumable product was. And so I've now been 30 years in the industry. I've been with 4 companies. Every single experience has been phenomenal. I mean, you know, NSA, 4 years, earned about $400,000. Was with Rexall after that for 12 years, earned $4 million. From there, master distributor of Wayora. Over that 12-year window, you know, was able to earn about $10 million, and then another couple million with its sister company, Javita. And now I'm with Valentis, right? And what's led me to Valentis, number one, is because here's what I believe, is all of these companies, right, and/or opportunities are made up of 5 critical elements, right? The company, the product, the compensation plan, you know, the timing, and the training and support. And if 2 or 3 of those elements are not in place, I mean, it really doesn't matter how good we are, you know, or how hard we work. I mean, despite our best efforts, we're going to struggle, right? I mean, you could take me now having earned $22 million in the industry, put me with a company where those elements aren't in place, and I'm going to struggle. I mean, I look at myself here today. I'm not a different person. I'm not doing anything different than I've ever done, but, you know, averaging, you know, almost a half or $400,000 a month, on the verge of making $500,000 a month. So I'm not doing anything different. The difference is the vehicle, right? And let me, you know, we all know, and I'm assuming most of these people watching this are people that have been in the industry, you've had success, you know, hear these stories about timing, and timing really is everything, right? And timing is actually very predictable. I mean, timing is a factor of numbers. There's very distinctive tipping points to where, you know, that trigger, you know, momentum and trigger that critical mass window where the company actually, you know, just explodes. And here's what's, you know, we went in the, I mean, we've had our challenges. We're 5 years old. You know, we had a really good start, or actually a slow start. Then in the middle, you know, 2016, we had a great year. We had some challenges. You know, in May of last year, May of 2018, we were under $1 million in sales. We just closed out July over $8 million in sales. Okay, we've grown $1 million in each of the last in the last 4 months, and we're on track here in August to grow another $1 million. But here's why I'm telling you the story from a strict number standpoint, right? It's we've reached that point. This point of geometric growth is starting to work for us, because 7 million of the 8 million in sales is all brand new volume. Everybody's new and fresh and excited. So our attrition is literally non-existent. And so it's kind of like if you look at that penny a day, double every day concept, and you know, you hit that certain tipping point where the compounding effect of numbers just, you know, kind of just take a course of its own, just explode. And if you look, and I got a little chart here. And if you look at the compounding effect of numbers, right, you know, a penny a day doubled every day, and it's about day 20. It's about day 20 that the numbers really become significant, right? And that's from a just kind of a comparison standpoint. I think that's where we are. We're at about day 20 because we have so many brand new, excited people making money and exploding that we're ready to absolutely explode. Okay, so we went from $1 million a month to $8 million a month in the last year. We went from $2 million a month to $8 million a month since the first of the year. And I believe by the end of this year, we're going to grow $1 million in August. I believe with our conference in Orlando, we're going to grow $2 million in September. And I believe we're going to be doing $12 million a month by the end of this year. So this, and it's not just here in the United States. I mean, Chuck, you were just telling me about a meeting in Nigeria where you had people stand, 400 people in Nigeria, and we're not even official there yet, right? I mean, I was in Spain, you know, in May, you know, we're doing like $1.5 million a month in Spain. I mean, the thing is absolutely ready to explode. And again, I could just keep going. I'm excited, folks. This is the absolute dream time to join a company because we are ready to absolutely explode. So
let me just second all of that. This is the absolute dream time to join a company. It's not in the beginning. It's not in the startup phases. Most companies don't make it. In fact, the average network marketing company doesn't make it to their second year in business. Valentis is now 5 years old. John said we did 8 million in July. We did right at 10 million in August. We did right at 13 million in September, and we're on track. We won't have the numbers yet for October, but it's got to be bumping 15 million. I mean, it is absolutely just exploding and exploding. And why is that? I mean, there's two, reasons. It's because product results and income, product results and income. As people hear and feel and get the product results, which I did, right? I was contacted by Dave Jordan last May of 2018. He said, Chuck, I've got the most amazing weight loss coffee. It's called Slim Roast Optimum. I said, Dave, I'm not interested in building another team. I'm happy. I'm not going to do that. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, just a lot of sacrifices. And I said, I don't think I want to do that again. But I said, I will buy some of this coffee because I've gotten fat and I need to lose some weight. Well, 2 cups of coffee every morning, just like I've been drinking for my entire adult life. And, I lost 9 pounds the first week. I lost 18 pounds the first month. That got me over the top excited. I then called Dave and I said, Dave, hey man, I don't know what's going on with this coffee, but it's outrageous. And what I need to do is come up and spend a couple of days with you, right? So I bought an airplane ticket. I decided to go up to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and where Dave is, and spend some time with him. Here's what's happened. I just wanted you to, put this mental picture into your mind, because I told you that on that first slide that 900% growth was wrong. Yeah, it was wrong. Over 2,000% growth. From the time that I got in till now. I'd like to take credit for all of that growth, but I can't. Maybe a tiny portion, but you know what? Over 2,000% growth. Now, that type of growth, I've seen it happen, and I told you, you have to be able to spot the signs. Well, a lot of companies that go through this type of explosive growth explode and implode from the inside out, right? They do too well, they go out of business. So it is a huge factor. Dave has been able to handle the growth, keep up with the inventory, do everything that was necessary. And I walked into, there's Mr. Dave Jordan, a good friend of mine, and I bought that airplane ticket, flew up to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, walked into those front doors, and I said, Dave, I'm going to spend a couple of days with you. I need to do a real close investigation. He said, what do you need? What do we need to do? And so for the next 2 days, we looked at everything. He gave me access to everything. So company launched in 2014. We'll be in, we're 5 years old right now, 100% debt-free, millions of dollars in the bank, over $125 million in gross sales and growing very quickly. We've got a seamless global compensation plan, which means you don't have to qualify country by country and all that other nonsense that so many other companies do. It's totally seamless, and you can refer people anywhere on the globe, right? Anywhere on the globe. We can send products to any place on the globe. Our first office was in the Philippines, now our fastest growing market, right? And I can't give Dave enough accolades. He's the, son of in a family of 14 children, right? So he's one of the 14, and he's always been a hard worker, dedicated. He owned a $100 million sports memorabilia business, and just a fantastic guy. I'm just amazed, that he's done what he's done in such a short period of time, and we're just now getting started. That's the best part. Our product line is awesome. Besides the Slim Roast Optimum, for those people that don't drink coffee, we've got a cocoa that is just as crazy as the coffee. You can drink hot chocolate or cold chocolate and lose weight and suppress your appetite, suppress your cravings, have energy, and all those things. I mean, I love it. And so many people that don't drink coffee for one reason or another, they don't like caffeine or religious or whatever. The cocoa is outrageous. One of the products that I think will probably become our #1 product at some point in time is called Emulin. And it's MULIN. And you can go to prevailemulin.com and read all about it. But I want you to go to valentisproducts.com and take a look at all of our product line. You know, over 20 products now, and it's that product line continues to grow. So that in it of itself is a challenge, right? When you're growing at 2,000%. The other place I want to send you is over to our Facebook page. Go to fbtestimonials.info. FB for Facebook, testimonials plural.info, and go and look at all the testimonials. Last time I looked the other day, over 65,000 people that had registered on that site. You know, I said that the future was going to be, you know, crazy. Well, you know, it is. So let me just show you where we're at. You know, I did this chart when John and I were talking about starting January at 10 million. You know, obviously we're going to start January far past 10 million. We're probably going to start somewhere, you know, about 20 million. And we're going to go to 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70 million a month. Now, will it jump in 5 million increments? No, of course not. But it's going to jump, and it's going to be all over the map. And but over the course of that 12 months, we should do somewhere between $400 and $450 million in sales in that 12-month calendar year. So that means back to us, you know, half of that money back to us in commissions. That's outrageous. You know, we do 400 million, that's 200 million back to the field in commissions. So, you know, here was my first check. I mean, in the beginning, it's all about your own personal efforts. As you start to grow a team, then it's you're leveraging the efforts of other people. See, this is the most misunderstood industry and business model I've ever seen in my 30 years, well, now almost 50 years in business. But, you know, once you really grasp the concept of residual income with a product that people buy consistently over time, month in and month out, year in and year out, I probably will never stop drinking this coffee because it suppresses my appetite. It gives me great energy, great mental focus, and I don't want to eat junk food, right? My diet has changed completely. My stomach is flat. Now I've gone from 215 to 175 and from a 40-inch waist to a 33-inch waist. So I had to buy a new wardrobe, except they were all much smaller clothes. I tried on a tux that I hadn't worn in forever, still in style, right? Still in style. And that I hadn't worn in forever, and it fit me like a glove. I mean, it was perfect. So I'm back down to the weight I was a long time ago. So what's funny though is that, you know, in my first 12 months in the business, I earned just shy of $225,000. But what I've done since then, because of, again, exponential growth, right? I've made over $170,000 in the first 4 months of my second year, right? So the first 4 months of my second year, I still have another 8 months to go. So I'm looking at somewhere between 600 and 800,000. So, hey guys, I wanted to show you this because it shows this is a company produced piece. And what it does, it shows you the qualifications for the first ranks and the average monthly income of those people that are maintaining those ranks. You know, at Diamond, you know, relatively easy position to get to. I shouldn't say easy. You know, it's easy if you have, if you know what you're doing. It's difficult if you don't. So easy if you know what you're doing. $3,000 to $6,000 a month. I mean, who wouldn't like to have an extra $3,000 to $6,000 a month? Yeah, raise your hand, right? I mean, I know what impact that would have on your life. Change your zip code, put you in a new set of white wheels, get rid of your debt, you know, whatever it is, whatever you want to do, you could start handling a lot more things by having an extra paycheck, right? Without an extra job. Double diamond, 7,500 to 12 grand. I mean, that's a big jump. Triple diamond, 15,000 to 30,000. I hit triple last October, and I'm working towards getting to blue diamond. My sponsor, Rick Gerald's, just left blue diamond and moved off to royal diamond, and you'll see the kind of money that he's making. It's and the kind of money you've already heard. Well, I told you that, or John said that he was on the cusp of making $500,000 a month. The cusp has happened. He's already making that. You know, so he's making obscene income. He had to move from the great state of Minnesota and put his residence in Nevada to avoid those, outrageous taxes. So, you know, guys, I thought that this industry didn't have any income. But when I went to that meeting, saw people making more money monthly than I was making annually, like I said, I paid very close attention. Well, this is just a few of the people in Business for Home magazine. You can go to businessforhome.org and take a look. But, here's Dr. Chi, right? Dr. Chi has now got 2 or 3 royal diamonds, crown diamonds. I don't know. The guy is knocking it out of the park, making, way over this $60,000, $65,000 a month. And 93,000, never been in the industry before, never been in the network marketing industry before, crazy. Rick has gone from 110 to about 150 or 160,000 a month. John is, over $500,000 a month, and that's obscene, right? But you know what? It tells you one thing, that if they can do it, you can do it. Now, will it happen for you overnight? No, it's not going to happen overnight. Will it happen over time if you put forth the effort, the energy, the commitment, and all the other things that you have to do? Absolutely, it will. It just depends upon you. Here's some great news. This is Forbes Magazine. 79 million people are going to start a home-based business within the next 5 years. And I'd like to see a lot of them come over to Valentis. And you know what? A lot of them will. 79. Why are people doing this? Because they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They're sick and tired of being stuck in traffic. They're sick and tired of the commute. They're sick and tired of their boss. They're sick and tired of a life-sucking job, right? That is, that somebody's controlling everything that they do and all their time. So that's why they're doing it. They're finding out about companies like Valentis, and they're saying, hey, I got a better way. This is a much better way. I'd rather work for myself. So here's a question for you. If you thought there was a pretty good chance that a $600 investment, not $6,000, not $600,000, but a $600 investment and some part-time effort, whether that be 10, 12, 15 hours a week, extra time that you would have to sacrifice in order to work something in addition to what you're doing. And I know a lot of you are saying, I don't know how in the world I could do anything more than what I'm doing. But I'm telling you what, when you have a burning desire to do something, magically you find the time to be able to do it. So, but you do that consistently over the next 3 to 5 years, not 3 to 5 months, but the next 3 to 5 years, you make a commitment, and that could produce a 6 or perhaps even a 7-figure annual income. Is that something you'd be interested in doing? Just raise your hand. I can see you through your camera. Yep. Okay, well, that's what I thought. I mean, everybody always raises their hand, so you probably didn't know that camera worked. Hey, complete training, you don't have to pay for anything except the big, large events that we do twice a year. Complete training, no boss except for your wife, your spouse, right? Unlimited income potential, no employees, tax benefits galore. You get to work with your friends rather than people you don't like. You have a lot of fun, you work at your own schedule, right? And you can travel and do business all over the globe. So, you know, if you've always wanted to go to Singapore, you know, find some contacts there, build a group, and you can go there and spend some time and make it a business expense. So let's talk about getting started. I talk to people about one way. I try to keep this very simple. There is a lesser way, a lesser package, and a more expensive package. I like the middle package. There's a one-time activation fee to be a rep, no annual fee. And with that, you get all the accounting, all the back offices, websites, landing pages, systems, everything's back there. And what I talk to people about is, why do I pick the Business Builder Pack? Because A, it gives you enough product that you can get out into people's hands, and because that's what we do, right? We are the word-of-mouth advertiser for Valentis. We tell the story. We tell the story about how great the products are. We let people try the products, and then they either become a customer or they become another rep just like we are. And it maximizes the compensation plan. And so it's very simple. Why not earn the most amount of money for the effort that you put in? I mean, why not, right? So you get to participate in a legacy bonus that you don't get any other way. You get to participate in a dual team bonus of $20 a cycle. More about that later. A dual team match. You know, this compensation plan is one of the most profitable, most generous of any plan I've seen in my 30 plus years in the industry. And it's just, it's you know, again, you're not going to make money instantly, but you will make money and you'll get paid every Friday. I was going to say tomorrow. Friday is payday again. I love it. Direct deposits right into my bank account. I want to show you a little video clip from a guy by the name of Marshall Silber, who was my first diamond. So let me share that with you real quick.
Turning point. A total change in direction for the better.
Who here is ready for a turning point? You absolutely have to have one. Put them high.
The 2-day Turning Point seminar is different than any other program in that it does more than just teach you the skills for your relationships, wealth, and power. It also programs you on a subconscious level to put those skills into immediate use.
This weekend is about empowerment. This weekend is about you understanding how to take charge of your own life.
You will learn total control of your thoughts and emotions. How to use PND, or psychoneural duplication, to take on the thoughts and actions of others to produce similar results. Whether it's losing weight, changing habits, being a millionaire.
When you think what a millionaire thinks and you do what a millionaire does, you'll produce similar results.
You will learn to program these powerful tools at a subconscious level for immediate and lasting results.
Your conscious mind is what's called your critical factor. It's the mind you're using right now to determine whether the information I'm giving to you will work for you or not. Your subconscious mind, on the other hand, is merely a computer. It's non-critical. It doesn't even have the ability to make judgment. So all trance, hypnosis, reprogramming is setting aside the critical factor of your conscious mind and non-critically accepting suggestions.
And empowering.
To make a fear vanish, you must experience it fully.
As it helps you create your life exactly the way you want it. Bring your family closer. Find the love of your life. Create strategies for wealth. Learn irresistible influence and so much more. Because of the intimate nature of this course, seats are very limited. Register now before your life passes you by and there are no more turning points for you. Tens of thousands of people have learned this information and are using it daily.
You don't get angry if you get fired from your job and you know that within 2 years you will be a multi-millionaire.
It's your time.
There's a way for you to win this game that is different than how you're doing it, and it works.
It's your life.
When you learn how to do that, you become more powerful, and power is for use.
It's your turning point.
Hey, Hey guys, I wanted you to see Turning Point and what Marshall does. He's a very phenomenal individual. Marshall saw me losing weight, posting some pictures, and he said, "Hey man, how in the world are you getting the fat to melt off you like that?" He said, "I need to lose some weight." And I said, "I'm drinking this magic coffee." He said, "Well, you got my address. Send me some of that stuff." I did. It worked. And I heard from him about a month later, and he says, "Hey, I'm out of coffee. What do I do?" He said, I got to get some more coffee. I said, "Marshall, join me. Let's do this together." And he said, "You know what? I don't have a lot of time, but I'll promote it in all of my seminars. In fact, I'll even go better than that. I'll give everybody that starts out with a business builder pack 2 tickets to my Turning Point seminar, a 3-day event." And there you see up on the screen the next 2 Turning Point seminars, one in San Francisco and one in San Diego. And all you do is buy the Turning Point, buy the Business Builder Pack, get 2 tickets and go. Phenomenal. I've been 2 or 3 times and I can't wait to go again. So where do you see yourself, right? Are you ready to get started? If you're that A-type personality, you could be chomping at the bit and say, "You know what, this is what I've been looking for my entire life. I think I want to do this." And still stop thinking. Just get back to the person that invited you to see this information and say, "Hey, I want to get started." Or maybe it's one of these. "Hey, maybe I got some questions." Great. Back with the person that invited you to watch this and tell them to get you in touch with me. Let's get your questions answered. Let's get you in touch with Rick. Let's get you in touch with John, in touch with Dave Jordan. Whoever you need to be in touch with to get your questions answered, we can do that and get you satisfied so you can get on the path. If you think it's not for you, then it's not for you. No harm, no foul, right? And if you think that you just want to become a customer, think again, right? $20 will get you all the websites. And here's what's going to happen. People are going to come up to you and they're going to say, "How in the world? You noticed I didn't want to say anything. I thought you might be sick, but you're losing so much weight. Your clothes fit so much better. And what's going on?" "Well, I'm drinking this magic coffee." And they go, "Well, how in the world do I get some?" That's when you say, "Here, go to my website, order it." And you start making money. So that's exactly how we spread the word. Having fun, making money, helping people, that's what it's all about. I'm going to leave you with this real quick. You can read the rest of it.
In the Far East, they have something that's called the Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo tree takes 5 years to grow. They have to water and fertilize the ground where it is every day. And it doesn't break through the ground until the 5th year. But once it breaks through the ground, within 5 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall. Now the question is, does it grow 90 feet tall in 5 weeks or 5 years? The answer is obvious. It grows 90 feet tall in 5 years. Because at any time had that person stopped watering and nurturing and fertilizing that dream, that bamboo tree would have died in the ground. And I can see people coming out talking to a guy out there watering and fertilizing the ground that's not showing anything. "Hey, what you doing? You've been out here a long time, man." And the conversation in the neighborhood is, "You growing a Chinese bamboo tree, is that right?" "Yeah, that's right." "Well, even Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see ain't nothing showing." "So how long you been working on this? How long have you been working on your dreams? And you have nothing to show. This is all you got to show?" People gonna do that to you. And some people, ladies and gentlemen, they stop. Because they don't see instant results. It doesn't happen quickly. They stop. "Oh, no. You got to keep on watering your dream. That is not going to happen as quickly as you want it to happen. A lot of things are going to happen that will catch you off guard. And so therefore you've got to deal with and handle it as it comes. And not only that, but that faith and patience drives you into action. You've got to keep moving and keep plugging away. See, during those hard times, We didn't know how you're going to make payroll during those times when you failed and things didn't work out. They were nowhere to be found. But you know what I discovered? When you're working at your dream, somebody said the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Oh, it's sweet to you. It's good to you. Why? See, when it's hard and there's a struggle, see, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. That's far more important. The kind of person you become, the character that you build, the courage that you develop, the faith that you're manifesting. Oh, it's something that you get up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, you're a different kind of person. You walk with a different kind of spirit. And people know that you know what life is, that you have embraced life. You knew it was hard, but you did it hard.
You know, so there it is. The question is, you know, are you ready to nurture your dream for the next 3 to 5 years? I mean, that's what it all boils down to. You know, it's one of those things that is going to happen with or without you, and that's what I saw when I went to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I knew that this company was destined for greatness. I knew that they were destined to become a giant. And I knew that if I didn't plug in and I didn't get started, I was going to leave millions of dollars on the table. Now, again, being the astute business person that I am and the business acumen that I have, I said, you know what? I can't let that happen. And I've got too many good people all around the globe that need to hear this message and be part of what it is we're doing. So I jumped in and started to go to work. So everything here that you can do is possible. Everything here you can do, and it's possible. You know, don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Will it be easy? No, it's never going to be easy, right? Because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Will it be simple? Yes, it's very, very simple. And again, that's part of the complexity of this business, is that it's so darn simple. Most people that are complex can't figure it out because they try to make it more complex than it is, and so they fail, right? They put too many pieces in it. So will it be worth it? Absolutely. You know, just ask me, right? I mean, I've lived a life that very few people get to live. I've been in network marketing for 31 years, but during that 31 years, I've retired 3 times, right? And I've retired for various lengths of time because I had the income to support my habit, right, of living. And you know, you work yourself out of a job, you get a big income. Well, take John, for example. He does not have to work at $500,000 a month. That's going to continue whether he works or not. He loves to work. He loves what he's doing. So, you know, that's the difference. Let me give you the final secret. The final secret is that you never quit. Once you make the decision, never quit, no matter what happens. No matter if this happens or that happens, or products this or products that, or they don't show up, or somebody quits, or, you know, a million different reasons why people quit, you don't ever quit. You know, I quit my first company. I should have stayed there. In hindsight, I wish somebody would have told me this back then, because I would have still been there if I would have listened and paid attention and somebody was mentoring me. But there wasn't. My sponsor quit the week after I got started, and so I was all alone. I quit 4 years later, and the guy that I partnered up with is still there. He's made $125 million, and you know, he's just an average guy with $125 million richer. So, you know, hey, tomorrow night is Halloween, and so get your trick-or-treating out of the way early. Get back here, and it is, we've got a Wednesday, we already had that, Thursday Spanish meeting that Mel Gomez does at 7 o'clock Eastern time, and then at 8 o'clock Eastern time, Mitch does, Diamond Mitch and Diamond Mel, both 7 and 8 o'clock, so Spanish meeting, and then the English meeting at 8 p.m. There are the codes for those various for those various meetings, right? And then there's trainings on Saturday and Sunday. So Mitch does one, I do one. He does his on Saturday, I do mine on Sunday. So with that, I want to say, hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And when you join and you get started, make sure that your enroller puts you in touch with me. I'd love to have you introduce yourself and us get to know one another. So with that, God bless you. Thanks for joining me here tonight. And with that, I will officially stop and end this meeting for everybody. Good night, everybody.